Alrighty, this is 48 Conclay, and as per a viewer request, I had somebody inquiring about what I thought, a good comparison between the Glock 29 10mm and the Glock 33 357 were. So basically, I'll just start with some of the basics here. The Glock 33 Gen 4. It's it's a little bit lighter. This is 21.89 ounces, whereas the Glock 29, say, albeit without the aftermarket ported barrel here from Lone Wolf, this gun weighs unloaded 26.83. So they're pretty comparable. I originally started with the Glock 29. And that was actually my first Glock, and I liked it so much. I liked the way it shot. It was always kind of the same. Glocks they kind of run the same. They're always, trigger pulls are going to be very similar, and just all that. So, but there's one thing to note about the 29 and the 33, and that is straight up size. That's why I picked up this 33. So first, the thickness. This Glock 33 is 1.18 inches at its widest point, which is through here. But you can obviously see that the slide is a lot thinner than the 29. The 29 is 1.27 inches thick. And I mean, it's pretty tall tale right there that, the 29, it is a subcompact in what Glock calls it. It's more like a compact, but the frame is a lot shorter, so it kind of lends itself to being able to use it to conceal pretty easily. But I found myself wanting something just a little smaller that I think I would carry more every day, which is why I picked up the 33. Why did I pick up the 33 over many other options? Biggest thing was I liked the ballistics that the 357 SIG can give you, and the flexibility with aftermarket barrels. I mean, you can get the 40 barrel and the 9mm. I know I could have just gotten the 40, but I just started out with the 357, and I can get all the calibers I want this gun in. So it's a very flexible gun. It allows a lot of flexibility, much like the 10mm. You can get a 40 and a 357 SIG barrel for this, and a 9x25 Dillon. So these guns are both very flexible, but the Glock 33 does lend itself to being way more concealable. So you can kind of see the grip lengths there, that the 29 is a little bit longer, and 33 is quite a bit shorter and thinner and lighter. So carry gun, this is kind of I enjoy shooting a 10mm though. I mean, you can't get as hot of loads in the Glock 33. That's just given. You can't push the 357 as much as you can the 10mm. The 10mm has its merits for, I carry this a lot of times if I go out hunting as a backup gun. I don't really live in heavy bear country, but my line of work, sometimes I would run across the bear in northern Michigan. There is some, not a ton, but a black bear once in a while. Maybe you might see one. So, not to say that the 357 wouldn't have the penetration, which it's great at doing. But these two guns are both great, and I like having both of them. Truthfully, if you said if I had to have one or the other, I think I'd still probably choose the 29. Just strictly because it's, in my mind, a little bit more able to shoot. You got a little bit more neat, but you easy addition, but pure script you can get on the guys right on the 33. That's like perfect size. A lot like there for me. So I mean, Glock 9. The length is Glock 19, but it's kind of the easy painted the addition there, millimeter. But I mean, with that really a little does help out. The ported barrel part does. I haven't. For this part, it does not oil at all. It's really a very much pleasant experience. It's actually stock the 10 millimeter out of this. The Glocks, they do a good job of mitigating recoil. They nature. Just don't know if it's just the polymer frames or what, but the 33, you know, sometimes it seems like maybe there's a little bit more perceived felt recoil. I don't know. It might just be all superstition. It might just be the size of the gun. You know, it's a lot smaller, so you're going to probably feel a little bit more. This is a little heavier, so you're probably going to feel a little bit less. And if you have lighter loads in the 10 millimeter, you know, it's probably going to feel pretty similar to, you know, the same kind of pressures and energy levels come out of, you know, the high end of the 357 SIG is kind of like the low end of the 10 millimeter. But most of the loads that you get for the 10 millimeter commercially available, besides getting some craft boutique rounds, are going to be on the lower end, closer to 40. So if you're going to buy a Glock 29 to shoot just factory loads through it, like what Winchester puts out and like American Eagle, sorry about that, I just lost my battery juice. Back to what I was saying. This Glock 33 lends itself way better to carry. So I guess it depends on what kind of purpose you'd want. What kind of purpose you'd want out of your Glock. You know, between these two straight up, I don't know, I like them both. That's why I have both of them, truthfully. I can use this one, a couple different purposes on that one. The 10 millimeter kind of lends itself more to taking some abuse and putting some hotter rounds to it, but this lends itself better for concealability. And both of them have a lot of, you know, the same options that you do with any Glock. You know, you can change out the triggers, you can do all kinds of different things, different barrels, anything you want. Including, I mean, it's easy, you know, you can get the other magazines, and I think you can get a 13 rounder and a 15 rounder for the 33, and the 10 millimeter you can have the 10 rounder and the 15 rounder, which I have one over here. So I mean, it's kind of a wash. And like this 33 holds 9 rounds, 29 holds 10 rounds, so it's not really, you know, one round. I guess you could, if you're talking revolvers, it'd be a little bit more of a difference, but in semi-autos, I'd say it's kind of a wash. But they do have, they're both great. Truthfully, if you got the money and you like shooting and you like Glocks and you're interested in these, I'd say go for both of them. You know, one does a little bit better at one thing, one does a little bit better at the other. So, I don't know. I don't need too many reasons to get different guns. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and hopefully, you know, this comparison helps out anybody who was kind of wondering. So, I do want to do some shooting videos real soon. I got to on the 33 and the 30S of my wife's, but it's just been kind of tough to get out. I'll shoot these around my house a little bit, just here and there, to try them out and get a feel for them. And but to take time to do a video on shooting it, sometimes it doesn't work out. So a lot, you know, with winter coming, light comes and dies real quickly. So all right, thanks for watching, and catch you later.